Welcome back to GBGuns. Thanks for joining us again. What you're looking at is a quick and easy, well-shooting AR that we slammed together using one of these new uppers from Bear Creek Arsenal. If you're watching this, it's at least been the 4th of July because that's when this special upper became available, and that's what we're going to take a look at next on GBGuns. Start things off at the business end here. We have Bear Creek's new twisting Flashhider, and yeah, it's a bit dirty. That's because, well, GBGuns. Guns is not only a noun, it's also a verb conjugated into the active sense, as in shooting, and that's what we've been doing with this thing already. As far as accuracy and all that, I'm not going to tie you down with watching one of those long videos. If you want to see how this barrel does or how this upper does, just like any other Bear Creek, go see some of our other Bear Creek videos and you'll be seeing. So it's a 223 Wylde, 1 in 9 twist stainless steel barrel with this nice spiral fluting on it that looks really cool in all black. Nitride or nitride-like coating that is nice and rich and dark. You can see the barrel profile there through the nice and open handguard. Lets plenty of air get through there. Haven't had any heat issues. Tacticity approves through this handguard. Yes, it is key mod. I prefer key mod for the hand feel if you're going to leave it open. I understand that M-Lock is what became tactical and everybody wants to run, but key mod's easier to install, and to me it feels better rubbing my hand across it when grabbing the gun quickly than some of the M-Lock. I don't know if that's just a manufacturing thing or what, but you can see we have about a mid-length or so gas system that helps make recoil nice and soft. Looking at the gas block, you can get to it easily thanks to the KeyMod handguards lining up perfectly with it. And we can see our handguard to upper receiver mating is flawless. Nice care and attention to detail put there. And the charging handle and bolt and carrier are included. This, I believe, is going to list for $185 with, of course, GBGuns. You can get 5 more off of that. And yes, I'm avoiding certain words just because YouTube's mean to us about those things. But heck of a deal for a complete upper. You save money on the upper, and that lets you complete things the way you want to. These bolt carriers, I don't think, get the recognition that they deserve. This one, of course, is filthy from having shot. But I want to show you, I'll pull it apart in a second here. See those lines there? This is their own shape and design. This is not your standard mil-spec boring bolt carrier, and it's got a nice, rich, deep finish. If you can see that, the light's going to reflect right for you. But wiping the dirt off here, nice, rich coating. And if we come around here, excuse the hair getting caught up in there. MPI, as in magnetic particle inspected. That's what everyone looks for on their bolts, and Bear Creek Arsenal does not skip that step. That means that this metal has been tested and found to not be at risk of coming apart due to grain abnormalities or imperfections. Standard firing pin. Knock out our cam pin and take the bolt out and take a look at it. Wipe some of this off while I'm at it. It's a phosphate finish on the bolt itself, whereas the carrier has the nitride. And to see if it's got the improved extraction, those of you who don't know, it became popular, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago to, yep, there it is, to include rubber bumper inside that spring and then the O-ring on top of it, and that just helps keep this from bottoming out, helps prolong the life of the spring and give your extractor and extractor spring a little more life, which makes for longer lasting, more consistency, and more reliability. And that's a feature that is not found, surprisingly, on all ARs, I think because some of the manufacturers out there looking to save a penny or two, either to offer a lower price or to make more profit off of you, will omit that step, assuming that most consumers aren't going to take a look in there. And it fits nice and snug, as it should, as a result of that being in there. The receiver itself, this particular one has the square forge mark right there. And if you look that up or look at other guns, I think you'll find that forge marking on a lot of other ARs, including those that cost a whole lot more than Bear Creek. So really, this is a heck of a deal to get started. Very affordable, sharp looking, and shoots well. We've had zero issues with it so far. We'll probably do some long-term shooting with it just because it's a nice weight for it. This giant scope, of course, was on here for just playing around with the accuracy, but it's light enough to run a little more like a run and gun style, and I think that's because although this is a heavy profile, see how nice and thick that is in there, the fluting does help shave some weight. The fluting also helps with aesthetics, of course, but one thing it does is it increases the total surface area of the barrel, and that helps with cooling. So it helps your gun stay cooler longer to either minimize barrel warp as the barrel gets hot, and also just be safer and easier to use because you're not burning yourself. I'm sure those of you that are real enthusiasts out there and have high round counts in one session know what I'm talking about by having to deal with a hot gun. Anyways, that's a look at this special 223 Wylde upper from Bear Creek Arsenal that should be announced and available starting July 4th, 2019. Don't forget to type in GBGuns when you get to that portion, and you'll save 5/100ths of the total price if that makes sense to y'all. And if it doesn't, just type it in anyways and you'll be thankful. We don't make any money off of that. That's just a system that helps Bear Creek know who all is watching this and paying attention long enough to hear that. And this cotter pin, tell you what, if I had $1 for every cotter pin that was difficult to put in, and I swear in the Army, one leg was longer than the other, and that made it easier to kind of get started. These civilian ones sometimes can be a little tough. I'm not going to make you watch me play with that, but grab one of these while you can, at the very least, for this bolt carrier. That's quite a nicely built, smooth operating and magnetic particle inspected bolt and carrier for the price. I mean, heck, at $185, I've seen similar bolts go for that alone, and you're getting a complete upper here with your basic charging handle and a nice spiral fluted barrel. Thanks for watching.